But when we learn to let go, to meditate, we just sit however we're feeling. As the Zen master says, we hold fire, just sit. Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Find yourself a seated position. Any position works. You can be sitting in a chair or laying on a bed, the edge of a countertop. Doesn't really matter. You just want to find a place that's a bit comfortable so you can sit for the next 20 minutes not wanting to fall asleep or feeling like you need to adjust. We also keep our eyes open during this practice. This is an open eye meditation practice. We're not going inside. We're not going anywhere. We're not trying to find the peace within. We're not trying to find the kingdom of heaven within us. We are simply becoming extraordinarily clear and aware, wide awake with what is. Not what I want things to be, not trying to find peace in some special experience, but what is right now. So we keep our eyes open to develop the attitude of acceptance. Acceptance of the moment as it is, without trying to make it something else. However, if you have learned to keep your eyes closed during a formal meditation practice, feel free to do so. There are no restraints here. However, I would encourage you to keep your eyes open for this reason. And if your eyes are open, go ahead and just leave the screen alone. We look at them way too much anyway, and just drop them a little bit below you. We're not staring or analyzing. We're also not blurry and buzzed. We just have a light gaze, lightly and gently touching the floor, the desk, or wherever that's below us. No strains, no forcing. Back straight, and it's not tight. The eyes are open and down. Sometimes it's hard to practice. It's hard to sit in meditation. Because sometimes the pain and the distracted mind is just too much. Maybe you're going through sorrow, or you're depressed, overly anxious, and just simply not comfortable. And sitting down to meditate is difficult. But the difficulty comes from running, trying to remove stress, trying to get away from the difficulty of being alive. And a great Zen master once said, "Hold fire, just sit." So maybe you're feeling some fire, some pain, emotions. Maybe somebody died close to you, or you just got out of a long relationship. And it hurts, So we're just holding fire here and just sitting. This moment. But the funny thing about fire is that you can't actually hold it. If you try to squeeze fire, it loses its grasp. It goes right through your fingers and it burns your hand. And most of us are trying to extinguish the fire by grasping it or trying to throw it away. It never works, and it still burns. So bring your attention to your body. Just notice your body. Notice how it takes up space. Notice any tingling or pressure, temperature. And notice the emotion your body is feeling right now. Maybe you feel the pringly butterflies of anxiety. Or maybe you feel this deep sinking hole of loneliness and depression. Or maybe it's just neutral. Whatever it is, just notice it. And don't try to change it. And notice if there's any tendency to try to control this moment. Maybe there's an itch on your face and you want to reach to get it. Or maybe there's a sound outside that's annoying you. Or maybe you want to have some sort of spiritual experience. See if you can just let go of the tight grip you have on control. Just leave it alone. Allow everything to be just as it is. Allowing everything to be just as it is holding fire. So whatever it is, painful or joyful, allow it. Hold fire just sit. And you'll notice the mind doesn't really know how to do this. It keeps contemplating things, looking to the future, talking about the experience. Really, the mind running isn't a problem any more than the sensation of your heartbeat is a problem, or the sounds outside your window. They happen all by themselves, and there's no one to control it. So instead of paying close attention to the contents of your mind, bring down that attention to the sensations of the breath. Bring your attention to the lower belly, below the navel. Notice how this area is moving. And when the breath comes in, this area below the navel expands. And as the breath leaves, it contracts. Stay here. Stay with this sensation. And let go of everything else. And I'm probably catching you in a thought right now. You're thinking about something. Planning, worrying, remembering, whatever. When this happens, just gently come back to the sensation of the breath below the navel. Allow everything to happen. As Shunryu Suzuki once said, in meditation, leave the front door and the back door of your mind completely open. Let thoughts come and go as they please. Just don't serve them any tea, because then they will want to stay. In other words, let your mind think what it wants to. Don't push it away. Don't try to shut it up. Just remain below the navel. Remain with the breath. And I'm probably catching you thinking right now. It's okay. Gently return to the breath, not forcing, not concentrating, but a simple and light awareness of the sensation of breathing below the navel. Hold fire. Just sit. Come back. Come back to breathing. Let thinking come and go in the same way you let the birds outside your window chirp by themselves. They come and go. Wake up. Wake up from thinking. Return to breathing. And notice if you feel like you're paying attention to your breath, to the lower belly, from someplace above, someplace behind your eyes and in between your ears. See if you can just let that go. Let go of the feeling of existing in your head. Instead, notice the lower belly. Notice the breath from the breath. Take up shop in the lower belly. And notice breathing as breathing. All right, you can look at the screen. Powerful emotions are something every human being deals with. It's very difficult to even get things done because we're so tied up with our thoughts and our problems and how we feel. In fact, our culture really is growing towards this sentiment that our feelings are paramount, that feelings matter. But identifying with how we feel is a recipe for being unhappy. Because then we need to control the world in order for me to feel good. But the problem is that the world and reality and things happen, people are idiots, and problems happen. It's a bad way to feel content. But when we learn to let go, to meditate, we just sit however we're feeling. As the Zen master says, we hold fire, just sit. And when we do this, we learn something very important, that feelings come and go, just like thoughts come and go. They pass. But when we're stuck in thinking and ruminating about how we feel and justifying why I'm mad and why I'm offended or why I'm frustrated or why I'm this or why I'm that, not only do we become unhappy, we make others around us unhappy. We suffer. So when we learn to let feelings go, we let the emotion pass, we wake up to serenity, to this moment, just as it is. So remember, whatever you're going through, whatever feeling it is, hold fire and just sit. Thank you for your time today, and I'll see you tomorrow.